Third to order. If you don't mind, if you would all please rise with us for a brief invocation and then the Pledge of Allegiance. Dear Lord, we come before you again with humbled and grateful hearts, grateful for the opportunity to represent our constituents and the great city of Troy. Please lead us and guide us in everything we say and do, make it be pleasing unto your sight. In your name we pray. Amen. Amen. You'll face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. We've got an extended agenda this evening, and we'll try to work through it as quickly as we can. But if the clerk will please note that all of our members are present, except for Ms. Baker, who is ill. And we hope she gets to feeling better very, very soon. Council, you have the minutes of the previous meeting before you. If there are no additions or corrections to those minutes, a motion to approve is in order. So moved. By Mr. Meeks, seconded by Ms. McSwain Holland. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the minutes are approved. Thank you, Council. We need to approve our agenda. But we do need to make an addition to the agenda, and that will be, we will add Resolution 2022-105 if it is acceptable to the council. And this resolution is to apply for a recreation trails grant. And the reason we need to add it at this time is the application is due before our next scheduled council meeting. So with that, is there a motion to approve the amended agenda? By Ms. Moultrie, seconded by Ms. McSwain Holland. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the agenda is approved as amended. Thank you. Clerk will please note we do not have any committee reports other than the executive committee did meet upstairs at 3:30 per to discuss our agenda items, and all of our members were present there as well, except for Ms. Baker for the reasons stated earlier. All right, first item on the agenda, Greenwalk Hospitality LLC for special events beverage application. Is there anyone here from Greenwalk? Do you mind giving us a brief explanation of, if you don't mind, come to the podium, give us a brief explanation of the special event license that you are applying for?
Yes, sir. This is a special event application for a sorority having an event on September 9th at Kendall Hall from 7 to 10 p.m. The cash bar, beer, wine, and spirits.
Okay. And as where we know that you have to have a special event to operate in that facility for this occasion, and we appreciate you doing that. Also, we want you to know that the city frowns upon selling alcohol to minors, no matter what the event or the type of license. And you will be checked, so we know you will operate the way you're supposed to, and we appreciate you coming forward. Any questions from the council regarding this particular application?
Yes, can you explain to the audience how you plan on checking the minors?
Sure. So at sorority events, and we do right around 2,000 events a year throughout the Southeast, but for sorority and fraternity events, we will card every person that does come in. And we have certain tactics and ways that we check these IDs. There's a lot of really good fake IDs that come from China these days. There's ways to peel off the fake labels and whatnot, and we will confiscate those and turn those over to the ABC board. But we will check those IDs, and then we will give wristbands to whoever is of age. And if you're not of age, you do not receive anything at all. So they get that at the door. If we have any sort of second suspicions, once they come up to the bar, then we do obviously reserve that right to ID them every time when they come to the bar, so regardless if they have a wristband or not.
So what are we doing to ensure, as much as possible, that there are not any open containers, they don't come out of there with the open containers on them?
Yes, ma'am. So the security that's on site will assist in, as people leave the event, there's trash cans next to the doors, and as they leave, they do not allow them to leave with those drinks.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. With that, is there a motion to approve the license?
Second.
By Ms. Moultrie, seconded by Mr. Meeks. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the license is agreed to. Thank you.
Thank you for consideration.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming. All right, the next item is Moats Arma LLC, a firearms application. Mr. Scott, you're back again. Tell us what you want to do. All right, fill us in.
All right, so it left me with, when I was talking to my ATF agent, it left me with the inability to be able to sell to my family, my friends, anybody like that, because it's not going to be able to, I want to be able to transfer those through me, so I'm not paying extra on top of whatever's going on for that. So I knew that that wasn't really feasible at the home, so I moved it into the business, which is out there, out in front, and just talked to him about reapplying for the same thing, just with a different type of license. But the same business model is basically going to be the same, other than known people that I get referrals from. But I won't be housing the things there unless, except for the time period from, let's say that you came to me and ordered something. I would order it, it would come to me, you would stay there, I'd call you, you'd come pick it up and be there for that time period. So that's basically it.
From the time it's shipped till I pick it up, that's the only
That's the
amount of time that
time.
you will store it.
But I'm not going to be housing anything like that for long periods of time.
Okay.
So you guys don't have a gun shop, display center?
No, I'm going to have walking traffic. This will be a I don't know if y'all remember the guy with the railroad tracks like that, up there on the crossover on 29, I can't remember his name.
Box, Mr. Sam Box,
Kind of
yeah.
like that.
I wanna know if your neighbors okay with it.
Yes, they're okay with it.
Because they told me it was just your name, it's just most Hill, is that right?
Yeah, they're okay with it. Yeah.
I think he's blood kin to just about
Pretty
everybody
much
there.
everybody that's near me, yeah.
Yeah.
One more thing, so, what is the status of your license with,
Okay, so I have gone through my 5-hour interview with my ATF agent at the house. It is a 3-week process after you do that before they issue you the paper license. All I'm waiting on now, I've already talked to him, I'm approved, I'm just waiting on them to mail me the license. So, but I've already done all my in-home interviews and everything with him.
Okay. All right. If there are no additional questions or comments, is there a motion to approve the license?
So moved.
By Mr. Meeks, seconded by
Second.
Ms. Moultrie. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the motion is approved and the license is granted.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Y'all have a great day.
Good luck.
We will see you next month.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thanks, Scott. We appreciate it.
Y'all have a great day.
All right. Next item is Resolution 2022-99, which is the authority to assess property owners. And this is assessing the property for the removal of dilapidated buildings at 304 South Knox Street and 116 Dean Street. These have already been removed, and now we're assessing the property owners for those expenses. Questions or comments from the council regarding this resolution? If none, is there a motion to approve?
So,
By Ms. Moultrie, seconded by
second?
Ms. McSwain Holland. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the resolution is agreed to. Thank you, council. And I know several of our colleagues are excited that that process is complete on those. All right. The next item, Resolution 2022-100, authorizing a project development agreement for the grant of public funds and things of value for Nowling Development and Baumhauers of Troy. Did I pronounce Nowling correctly?
You did.
Thank you, sir. All right, I got one right. So, Mr. Cobb, do you mind giving us a brief description of this project agreement?
Thank you, sir. Before you is a resolution, 772 resolution, that outlines incentive package to have Baumhauers locate here, and also in addition for the developer to build infrastructure and the facilities that would house Baumhauers. It's just in general terms, it's a $4.6 million capital expenditure investment. 15-year lease for the operations of Baumhauers. And without running everybody off, I'm happy to answer any specific questions you may have.
Right. Any specific questions from the council to Mr. Cobb or the mayor regarding this project agreement?
I
Do you have a comment, Mayor?
that I made upstairs, there's no, we're not writing a check. This will be reimbursement, or in kind based on, public cross access, site work, if the site determines that there be some issues and other things, all that is capped, and that is a maximum amount. Doesn't mean that it has to go to that level. It's all related to, and that's the reason the 50,000 is broken apart from the 77. Second aspect, obviously, is, as Chase said, this is a $4.6 million capital investment. The sales tax will be collected. They will pay it, then it can be rebated up to a certain amount of money. If you do the math, that would be $4.5 million a year in sales. So anyway, this Mr. Nowlin, appreciate you stepping in. This is the city, Mr. Baumhauer and another developer approached us, which we were, I guess, a little surprised by. We excited, I think, the general public was very excited about this. There were issues with the development. Mr. Nowlin stepped in, and they've worked hard together with Chase to get this before you. So anyway, I think everybody knows the brand, knows the quality, and so this is appreciate your persistence and your interest. This is certainly something that we would look at, for anyone when you're talking about. Not you guys are special, obviously, but when someone is willing to bring all this to the table, then we are willing to do on a percentage basis this for anyone who would bring this type of product to the table. So thank you very much for your interest in Troy and your hard work in getting us to this point. We've worked on this for a long time. Most people don't realize how long this process has been going on. I just wanted to add those things, and if there are any questions for Chase and I'll be glad to show them the audience.
Questions at this point?
Estimated start date? Construction? It's been approved?
The project agreement has a 60-day due diligence time period with a 30-day response to cure that, and an 18-month requirement for commencement of operations. I think those are conservative numbers to allow them to do that. Hopefully, we can get started with that before
2024.
that's the latest. God willing.
So what do you think,
At the latest, I believe the project agreement outlines May of 2024. If you take into consider all the clauses, hopefully that timeline will be accelerated. We try to be conservative in those numbers, we want them to do it right, obviously, and they want to do it right. So those are conservative in nature.
All right, if there are no other questions or comments, is there a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
By Ms. Moultrie, seconded by
Second.
Ms. McSwain Holland. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the project agreement is agreed to. Thank you. All right, the next item of business is Resolution 2022-101, which is FY 2023 Greenville, Alabama Transportation Plan. Ms. Sanders, would you like to give us a brief explanation explanation of your spreadsheet.
As you're aware, the Rebuild Alabama Act requires municipalities to adopt an annual transportation plan by August 31st of each year. The fiscal year 22 Rebuild Alabama Transportation Plan was a multi-year plan due to timing and cost of the projects. Therefore, the 2023 plan updates the numbers of streets based on the actual bid amounts and extends the revenue over the state's fiscal year 2023.
All right, are there any questions or comments for Ms. Sanders at this point?
And many of these streets are ones we're working on now, currently.
With that, is there a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
By Mr. Meeks, seconded by
Second.
Ms. Moultrie. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the resolution is agreed to. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Sanders. Next item is Resolution 2022-102, a bid award for a PATS vehicle. Mr. Dante, welcome.
This bid award is replacing a 2013 PATS vehicle that I have for the expedition with the new vehicle, if council approves.
All right. We have bids, and the lowest bid is Bill Jackson Chevrolet in the amount of $37,810. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And this is in the budget.
Yes,
Is
sir.
that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Any questions or comments for Mr. Dante?
How long you had the vehicle you got now? What's wrong with it?
Since 2013. I've had two engine problems.
Is it ready, I mean, is it on, well, if we approve this, do they have it, how long it take you to get this vehicle?
Wait, it's about 3 months, I think.
And it's still out. They have the vehicle, but they still don't have a chip for the vehicle, so it will take a few weeks.
Now, see if you gotta have it.
Don't get by the time wrong car though.
I just want to know how long it take you to do it.
It might be.
Cause I don't want you to break down.
Vaughn, do you mind Dante borrows a vehicle?
Yeah, Vaughn,
for you to
right.
get this one?
Thank you, man.
All right, before we get too deep into the weeds, is there a motion to approve the resolution by Ms. Moultrie, seconded by Ms. Wayne Holland? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the resolution is agreed to. Thank you, Dante. Thank you for putting up with us. All right, the next item is 2022-103, a memorandum of understanding with the Troy City Schools, and this is for our resource officer. Is that correct, Chief?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
This is basically just a renewal of the existing contract. It's the memorandum of understanding that's already in place. Has to be reviewed every 2 years. This was first done in July of 20. And then if we renew this one, you know, this carries us through July 30th of 2024. And, you know, this is just sets out the objectives of the school resource officers that are in schools, you know, to reduce school violence and, you know, provide a safe and secure environment on school grounds and, you know, establish a rapport between the SRO and the students that are on campus. So, with your approval, this will renew this agreement for another 2 years.
All right, questions or comments for Chief regarding this MOU? If not, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
By Mr. Meeks, seconded by
Second.
Ms. Moultrie. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the resolution is agreed to. Thank you, Chief. All right, the next item is Resolution 2022-104, Professional Services Agreement with Ingram Equipment. Mr. Tuck, thank you for being here. Give us a brief description.
Thank you. This is the agreement with Ingram Equipment to come in and study our daily routes as we collect trash, recycle, and debris. What they'll do is come in and assess the routes. They'll give us their opinion on how we should run the route or if the way we're running is effective. So once they come in and do that, we'll have a better knowledge of how we're serving the residents and, or how we can better serve the residents. And also this will save on fuel. It'll keep us from being in the north in the south on the same day, you know, like some of our routes are so large, being that we get new residents and everything, but, right now, you know, we spread it out, so this would really help us, kind of narrow in our routes. All right, and this is in our budget,
Okay. The amount?
$7,500.
All right, thank you. Is there any questions or comments on this?
Yeah, Shelby, is there any way that when this consulting company comes down, that you can point out to them that, like in my district, we have 2 different pickup days. If it's feasibility to do all in one day.
Right, that's what we're looking into.
Okay.
We tried to do it, but it's kind of hard.
I understand, that's what I'm saying, when we come to people with special cleanup for my district,
Right.
is it including, you know, both days?
Yes, sir, we're gonna work on that.
Okay, thank you.
I'm trying to figure out how you got 2 days to pick up, and we only have 1 day in ours.
Stop saying
Just
terrible.
checking, just trying to figure out how that was happening.
You're
Yeah, you do need assessment though.
We do.
So I'm gonna vote for it.
You're right,
She might even make the motion. With that, is there a motion to approve the resolution? Ms. Moultrie, seconded by Mr. Meeks. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the resolution is agreed to. Thank you, Shelby. Appreciate it. All right. Now we will take up, per our amended agenda, Resolution 2022-105, City of Troy FY 2023 Recreational Trails Program Application. Ms. Sanders.
First, I want to thank the council for amending the agenda to include this resolution. This proposed resolution is to authorize the city to make an application to ADECA's Recreational Trails Program for assistance to construct a recreational trail and add additional support facilities at Hubert Maddox Washington Park. This is an 80-20 grant. The project is estimated at $402,816.25 and includes non-motorized multi-use walking and biking trail, benches, picnic tables, and an improved and expanded parking area at the park. Citizens and residents can show their support of this project by going on our website at troyal.gov/RTP. We will also have copies of the support petition here at City Hall for original signatures.
All right, and this is a grant that we previously applied for and we're reapplying. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right.
So do it need to be cleaned up a little bit, because I see number 2, and I don't see anything outside number 2. Or is it just supposed to be 1 and 2? Or 1 and 3?
On the resolution,
Yeah, on the resolution.
it's 1 and 2.
Just 1 and 2? So we're gonna clean it up a little bit?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am, we will.
And we have received feedback from the committee that rates the applications for a stronger application for this year.
Good deal. Any other questions or comments? If not, is there a motion to approve the amended item on the amended agenda?
So moved.
By Ms. McSwain Holland, seconded by Ms. Moultrie. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the application, the resolution is agreed to. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Sanders. Mayor, we do not have any appointments this evening, so we welcome your comment and report.
Don't have a whole lot, just wanted to say, again, I want to thank Chase for all his hard work to bring this across the finish line. I know there are a lot of excited people, and appreciate everything that the council and the community does to make us attractive for growth. As we talked upstairs, we're continuing to work and try to find ways to get grant money, for transportation and transportation safety. So we'll continue to work on that and do those things. Shannon and I had an initial meeting today on the budget, and we'll begin to meet with the department heads, and we'll be getting with you on September 13th with the, with some preliminary numbers, and so we can pass our budget on September the 27th for the next fiscal year. And so if there are any specific questions or concerns as we move into this, please feel free to call me or Shannon. And we're looking forward to trying to do everything we can, of course, to have a balanced and responsible budget that we've got a great community, a lot of people that work really hard and produce a lot of great things in it. And we're in a lot better shape than many communities are our size and in our region. We have our citizens to thank for that. It's certainly not what I do, but the leadership that's provided through our community and the city council is greatly appreciated. And we'll look forward to working with you on getting a budget together and passing it in about a month. So.
Okay, questions or comments for the mayor at this time?
The mayor, I just want you to remind the community that's in District 5 about Cabot Street and what we're waiting on.
Yeah, we're waiting on the plans. One of the things, Wanda, with all the money that came down from the federal government through the COVID issues and those kind of things, it basically flooded the market in a situation where there are only a certain number of engineers, a certain number of architects, a certain number of firms that do a certain amount of work. And I think that they're beginning to realize that there's no way all money is going to be spent by 2026 because there aren't going to be enough people to do the things that you have to do to make those things go. But we do, when we get the plans, then we'll be able to bring all that forward. And, it's nothing happens as quickly as we want to, especially when we're dealing with the government. So, but it is, we've done everything we need to do, and are waiting those plans.
Yes, Mayor, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'd like to say that when we got our last budget, that our sales tax revenue was up 10% for 3/4 of the year. That's it. I think I'm correct on my numbers, but that's fantastic.
We have things. Our economy is going well, and things are continuing to move. We're certainly concerned about inflation, and we watch that, but we have we're continuing to see growth. That's a very solid thing. So, not only is it, and we're seeing growth not only just purchasing in general, not just because of high prices. I mean, it's our growth is outpacing inflation, which a lot of people's growth is not. And it doesn't mean that there's still not difficult times for certain sectors. But things are very good right now, and we just, it's really important that our workforce stay engaged and continue to move. A lot of the decisions that the council has made, over the past several years, have really helped our economy. And as I said before, we've got some of the best folks in the world, and it is a very diversified manufacturing, industrial, retail, and commercial base. And that helps us so much because we're not dependent on one single area. very grateful for that. Thank you, sir.
All right, with that, Mr. Swain Holland?
I want to thank the mayor and Melissa for reapplying for that grant this year. Hopefully, prayerfully, it'll fall into our possession. It's something I believe we really need to enhance vitality on the north side in District 1 to draw positive energy and activities to that part of our community. And I'd like to also wish our community a happy city, a happy Labor Day. I'm sure we won't meet again before then, so let's just be safe and have a good time.
Thank you. Mr. Meeks?
Yes, Mayor and Chase, I appreciate y'all's hard work in bringing Mile Power to Troy. And gentlemen, we appreciate it, because the number one thing residents of Troy ask for is more residents. So we do appreciate y'all coming to Troy.
Thank you. Ms. Mosley?
I too thank you all for seeing the city of Troy as been a place to enhance restaurants in the city of Troy. So thank you for y'all interest in the city of Troy. I thank my colleagues for us seeing a vision that can be accomplished that will help, especially our taxpayers. No reflection on y'all when you say it. That's how we were able to do when we get people to come in. Sharon said it best, you have to feed them what, Sharon?
You gotta feed the fish to grow the way.
Yeah, you have to feed the fish to grow the well. Y'all probably don't know that kind of language, but that's what we have to do. And so thank you, Chase and Baumhauser, and I'm sorry, what's your name again?
Now.
Okay, now. Okay. I don't want to say it wrong, but thank you too.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you. I'll say ditto to what my colleagues have said, especially about the project, and thank you, gentlemen, for investing in our community. We appreciate it. Remind the citizens of District 3 that we've got about a week and a half left in our special cleanup, so make sure you get those items cleaned up around your areas and take advantage of it being picked up for no extra charge. And feel free to call Environmental Services if you have any major big items that they can get to before our regular scheduled routes on Monday. So,
I need to say that we want to make sure that we pray that Stephanie's healed,
yes,
so she'll know that thing.
great point, and a great point to end on. And with that, a motion to adjourn is in order. Thank you. Yes, sir. Sorry.
Before you adjourn, can Bob and I have a minute to just speak a second?
Absolutely. Mr. Clerk, if you'll hold that motion for adjournment real quick.
Thank you, Mr. President.
No problem.
You want me to go?
My name is H. Young Powell, and I'm from Decatur, Huntsville area. I lived in Decatur all my life, so about 20 years ago, and then I moved to Huntsville. And I'm a real estate attorney by trade, but I do development work. My son Jackson and Matthew are with all this now development company. And I just want to say thank you so much for this opportunity and for your confidence in us. And I know Bob's excited about being here. We're excited about this opportunity. I've done development in Tuscaloosa and all over North Alabama, but I have to tell you, the officials that I've dealt with here, Mayor Reeves, Melissa Sanders, Chase Todd from Pike County Economic Development, they're very special people. And you're very fortunate to have someone that they're so passionate about this town, about their job, and they convinced me that this is not only a wonderful place to live, but a wonderful place to do business. And so we're excited about being here, and we thank you very much.
Thank you.
I just want to echo what Jim saying, thank you so much. And it's funny how things happen. I'm a big believer everything happens for a reason. Just so you know, Wingo and I are still good buddies. And Rich, you know, was the developer that started this out, and we couldn't get to the goal line. And I don't know that I told you, but HM is my landlord. So, and another one of our restaurants in Huntsville. And just a wonderful man, wonderful family. And my title, now this is our 40th anniversary, we're celebrating our 40th anniversary this year. We were the first restaurant to bring buffalo wings to the state of Alabama 40-some years ago. We had to give them away for 2-3 years. I'm the head fry cook. Spencer Barnard there is our president, and you're going to be seeing him up here in the dining room. You're going to see a bunch of us up here in the dining room. And we really, I want you to know, we don't take all your hard work for granted. And we saw it with all of you, we appreciate it. And I don't know if you know how this conversation got started, but it got started because my youngest son's going to Troy. So I'm coming up here to see my son in Troy, and he's bragging on Troy and bragging on Troy University. And we ended up getting a little place up the road. We're going to have a little farm up the road, so we're in the neighborhood. What did it take us? How long did it take us to get here?
You got the pedal to the metal, so probably 20 minutes.
We had to go, so we're neighbors as far as that's concerned. But thank you so much, y'all. It's just wonderful to work with Troy. Like HM was saying, it's not just a wonderful place to live, but it's also, we're just so excited about doing business with you. And we're going to work really, really hard at getting a bunch of these folks going up and down the highway, come in there and get some of that sales tax revenue that we need to be getting off that highway into your pockets. So we feel like we're part of the team, and we just want to say thank you very much.
Thank you. And I will say, on behalf of my colleagues, and they can correct me if I'm wrong, but we work well together. We've never not worked well together, and I know we'll continue to work well together. But it's easy for us to do, the mayor brags on us, but it's easy to do that when we have a mayor like we do, and we have an economic developer like we do. And we're very thankful and blessed to have them leading this charge. So, thank you. And with that, the motion to adjourn is in order. Thank you. We are dismissed.